Oh my god, it's June. Like literally, it is June, the freaking half of the year. Like, how did we even get here? 2021 just started when? 6 months ago, and well, it's already half of the year. Like, it's freaking scary to think of it. And more so, this apparently is usually the time where a lot of people just sit to take a retrospective look at how far they've come, what they've done, what goals they've squashed, what they've done wrong or right, what new goals they would love to be working on, what goals needs to be discarded, squashed, or upgraded, you know, and then they try to figure out what specific steps to take to make better progress moving forward. But if you're still trying to figure out what to do as you go along the quest to finding, you know, your way through financial freedom, just like me, then this is it. This video is just for you, because I have found out 9 smart money moves that you can make before the end of the year 2021. All right, so if you think this video sort of resonates with how you feel currently, then you better keep on watching. I'll be right back. Money Talk. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for staying tuned. But before we kickstart, you know the drill. Hit the like button, subscribe if you do love my content and you're feeling it. Now, going straight into what we have today, 9 smart money moves that you should make before the end of 2021. Top of my list is reviewing your budget. Now, seeing how times are really hard, especially in Nigeria, it is wise for you to not just spend without budgeting your money on things. Budgets are like a roadmap. They are like an essential tools to your financial freedom. A lot of people spend without budgeting first, and that's why you run out of cash, especially if you're working a 9-to-5 job. You figure out that before the end of the month, you're already spending more than you earn. That's because you're not budgeting before you spend. Try to budget every money that you're about to spend in order for you to keep track on what your expenditures are. Learning how to make a budget helps you cut costs on what you do not value. So try to figure out on your current expenses if there are places where you can eliminate expenses and save instead. Do you get what I mean? Number 2, set your saving goals. Now, with the way economies are currently struggling to have a balance due to the impact caused by the coronavirus, it has apparently opened our eyes to see how important it is for us to have savings put out for days like this. And a good rule of thumb is to have enough put aside in savings to cover 3 to 6 months worth of expenditure. So for me, I practice and I recommend 50-30-20 rule of thumb when it comes to savings and budgeting. Now, I'm going to explain what 50-30-20 rule of thumb means. Now, first and foremost, you need to know that this rule of thumb was popularized by Senator Elizabeth Warren in one of her books titled All Your Worth, The Ultimate Lifetime Money Plan. And of course, it was designed for working class families to be able to plan their spendings in order to prepare against unforeseen circumstances. So the basic rule is to divide your money after tax and allocate it to spend on 50% need, 30% want, and 20% on saving. Now, remember, the needs are what you can't live without. Something like food, water, rent, utility bills, and all of that stuff. And then your wants are what you desire but don't actually need to survive. Something like your hobbies, vacation, dining out, subscribing to digital streaming services like Netflix. You know what I mean? And then the 20% of financial goals are like, you know, making retirement plans, your children's tuition fees, planning on that too, or financing a business plan. So these are where your 50-30-20 rule of thumb when it comes to savings and budgeting can apply. That's how it applies on spreading your money. Now, number 3 smart money move that you can make as well is automating your savings. This is actually helpful for those who really have a plan to save but can't really go through with the action. You know, there are some times that you really want to save, but then when the money comes, you start to think of things that you need, things that you want, things that you would like to buy, and so you just forget about savings. Now, this is how you can automate your savings. If you're working a 9-to-5 job or you have a business that gives you money, what you do is that you could could create some sort of pattern with your account officer in such a way that at a stipulated time in a month, money can be withdrawn from your salary account or whatever account that you have access to easily to an account that you do not have access to, maybe a fixed deposit. All right, so at the end of the month, let's say on the 21st, when your salaries are being paid or whatever time your salaries are being paid, immediately your money hits that account. Your certain amount of money that you need to allocate to savings will be deducted automatically from your account to the account that you do not have access to, depending on whatever time that you don't want to have access to that account. This will also automatically help you reduce your impulsive buying. Number 4, make plans to increase your source of income. Of course, we do know that in this time and age, we can't survive on one source of income. It's almost impossible for you to meet all of your needs surviving on one source of income. Almost impossible. If not for anything in the world, the fact that we're currently experiencing inflation should teach us to have much more than one source of income. That's the only way that we could cover up our expenses and still have enough, to live financially free. So you having the understanding that multiple sources of income is one of the surest way to becoming financially free and being financially independent is goal. So always think of growth and new businesses to create new incomes. And this should not be new to you, knowing that millionaires have 7 streams of income. The plan is to become financially secure, so much so that you forget about your payday. Of course, saving is important to financial freedom, but that doesn't mean that you should neglect the other side of the coin, which is generating revenue and learning how to generate revenue. So more than ever before, I would like to reiterate how important it is for you to brainstorm on ways that you could increase your revenue. So if by 2021 you haven't yet realized that you could be jack of all trades and master of all, then you're living under the rock. Number 5, pay your debts. Sometimes debts can be good, especially if you have like really good business ideas that you want to finance. You could go to the bank, get a loan and finance that, as long as you know that this business that you're trying to finance is going to give you money to pay back. But if you don't have any business idea that is good enough to generate money to pay back your debt, do not go into debt. That can be draining. Trust me, I have been there, done that. It can be draining, especially when you don't have enough to pay back that debt or that loan. So do not even try to go into debt. Do not even try to acquire debt. If ever you're going to acquire debt or take on a loan, make sure that your business plan has enough potential of paying back that money that you've taken from the bank within a stipulated period of time. If not, you would be drained trying to figure out ways to pay back that money with interest. So stay away from debt, stay away from loans if you do not have a payback plan. But if you do, then devote time to evaluate your balance and create a repayment package plan that could help you pay faster your loan or your debts, okay? Number 6, learn more about money. Knowledge is power, and when it comes to money, there are rules. So for you to better understand how money works, what direction it flows, you have to read up on books that talk about money and finance. That's the only way that you can understand money and how it flows and how to handle money. All right, if you don't read up about it, you will never know how money flows and you will never know how to handle money. There are ways rich people handle and look at money. Until you figure out that for yourself by way of learning, you would never understand how to get rich and how to get rich like the wealthy do. Number 7, cancel subscriptions and memberships. Now, in 2021, if you haven't realized how much data we spend on social media platforms like Instagram that is so draining, or Netflix that takes a lot from us, then we're not realizing how much we're losing, how much money we can be saving. So check your phones, check your bills. Are there any subscription or membership fees that you're paying that are so unnecessary now? Cut them off. Take them off the list and try to put them in either savings or put them in some places that are much more useful for you. Checkmate how you use your data, on what sites you're using your data. Allocate the hours that you're going to spend on Instagram. Allocate the hours of time that you're going to spend on YouTube. Allocate the hours of time. Just allocate your data so that you don't drain your data so much so that you have to subscribe more than 2 times in a week. I used to subscribe more than 2 times in a week. Like it was crazy. Try to check all the membership accounts that you're on that you're not using at the moment and delete them. unsubscribe from them so that they don't deduct some money out of your account at the end of the month. Number 8, check your bad habits. I think if not for anything, this is just about the time that you need to checkmate on some of your excessive habits that are draining your money, like drinking, going out to the club, spending on women that you're not supposed to spend on, anything that's not bringing value to your financial goals. You need to cut back on your spending, cut back on drinking, cut back on the way you give out money to women or the way you give out money to family. Cut out on drinking with the boys basically, or drinking with the girls, or going to the club. All right, if you don't need to be at some certain place, don't be at. Don't go. Is that trip necessary? Is it that time that you need to challenge yourself to cook more at home instead of buying takeouts every week and every day? Because the cool thing about dropping some of this draining habits and trying to improve the quality of your life is that you not only feel physically cool about yourself and mentally okay, is that you also boost the financial health of your account. Number 9, get a financial advisor. It's very important for you to get a financial advisor if you're going to make any smart money move before the end of the year 2020, because that's their job. That's what they do. So they're better knowledgeable when it comes to, how money works and where to invest your money, where to put your money, where not to put your money, what stocks to put your money in, what investment to make, what investment not to make, right? So you can't be making an investment move without talking to a financial advisor first. And this is why, like me, most Nigerians fall into the hands of scammers. Like last year, I fell into the hands of a scammer who scammed away, who scammed me of my life savings. But for God, I would be on the streets right now. So the best money move that you will be making of all is having a financial advisor, and you would have to pay them for their services. All right, so one of the smart money moves that you would be making in 2021 is you having a financial advisor that will help you allocate where you can spend your money and where you can put or invest your money. Benjamin Franklin once said that an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. So having a financial advisor is the best investment you would ever give yourself, because of the wealth of knowledge that financial advisor would give to you.
Money talk.
Before I let you go, I would like to give you some of the things that I've learned from Warren Buffett on investment and wealth creation in general. On earnings, never depend on one source of income. Always make an investment to create a second one. While on spending, if you keep on buying things that you don't need, you would end up selling what you need. On savings, don't try to save what is left after spending. Always spend what is left after saving. On taking risks, never test the depth of a river with both feet. And of course, finally, on investment, never put all your eggs in one basket. Now, always remember this, that the rich will always get richer because they constantly look where every other person isn't quick to look. So with all of these 9 smart money moves that I have been able to give to you, I'm hoping that you will take your wealth creation process more seriously as you go along in 2021. All right, and until next time, keep thinking big and keep creating ways that will lead you to your financial freedom before the end of 2021. Of course, I do believe that you can be financially free before the end of 2021 if you set your mind to it. Anything is possible. All right.
Money talk.